Welcome one, welcome all. I am Mark Paulda, a professional photographer. I have been in the photography business for well over 20 years. I want to help you succeed so you can earn money with your camera. With every episode, I will offer you sound advice so you can be part of the 15% of aspiring photographers who succeed. If you are looking for help to turn your passion for photography into a successful business, you have come to the right place. I have got the answers. My weekly episodes will help you understand how to market yourself, how to build a profitable business, and best business practices. No more feeling lost. You do not have to go it alone. Join my audio podcast and start taking my advice on turning your hobby into a profitable business. You will get access to a professional photographer and the best practices that I have learned and experienced over the years. If you have questions along the way, definitely email me. mark@markpaulda.com. You are also invited to join my photography success text community. Send me a text. 915-226-0959. If you are outside the United States, be sure to include +1, the United States country code. Let's get started. 10 photographic assignments to strengthen your skills. Setting photographic assignments for yourself can help you strengthen your photography skills the most, more than anything else. The idea is that it is often when you put yourself into a situation specifically for photography that you are forced to practice the theory that you know, and you see your photography improve. The assignments I mentioned were all different types of photography, or places to take photos. For example, weddings, road trips, sporting events, festivals, portrait sessions, concerts, trips to the zoo, etc. Photography challenges will lead to a lot of photographic growth whether you are an experienced professional, or just beginning with your first camera. In these challenges, I tend to set myself the challenge to only shoot in one particular way for a period of time. For me, it is usually a weekend challenge, as that is when I take most of my images. These challenges all relate to your camera, and limiting yourself in some way to either switch off some element of the automated aspects of your camera, limiting yourself to really hone a skill, or to practice some kind of technique. While this is not really a natural way to shoot, I find that focusing in on one particular aspect, or skill in photography at a time, can really help to see improvements in that period of time, which means when you next need that skill, you're all ready to go. Here are 10 photo assignments to strengthen your skills. 1. The one focal length or lens weekend. Either choose a single prime lens, or a focal length at one end of a zoom, and only shoot at that focal length for a whole weekend. Choose one you do not naturally shoot in a lot. This teaches you a lot about that focal length, and makes you think about your composition of your shots. 2. The one aperture weekend. This can be hard if you shoot a wide range of subjects like I do, but choose an aperture, and try to stick to it for a period of time. To do this, you will find it easier if you shoot in aperture priority mode. You will also probably find it best to choose either to shoot at one end of the aperture spectrum. This will teach you a lot about depth of field, and get you thinking also about how to balance shutter speeds and ISO to get well exposed images. 3. The one shutter speed weekend. Similarly to the aperture challenge, this can be challenging, but spending some time either looking to capture subjects with long or very fast shutter speeds will teach you a lot. To do this, shoot in shutter priority mode. 4. Manual exposure mode weekend. If you do not venture into fully manual shooting that much, set yourself a challenge to shoot in manual mode for a weekend. This is perhaps the best way possible to teach yourself about exposure. 5. Manual focusing weekend. Similarly, if you rely upon your camera to always focus for you in autofocus, switch to a weekend of just shooting with manual focus. This will break you out of your laziness, and help you to really think about focal points. 6. Switch cameras. Got an older camera in your cupboard that you have been neglecting? Perhaps it's an old film camera, or an old digital camera without all the bells and whistles of your current one. Take it for a spin. Sometimes, older cameras require you to think more about settings, and not rely upon the features of your modern camera. Shooting with film cameras also makes you slow down, and get the shot right the first time. 7. Compositional rules. Pick a rule like the fill your frame composition element, and try to adhere to it in every shot you take over a weekend. Alternatively, choose to break the rule as much as possible but still end up with aesthetically pleasing shots. 8. Explore a technique. Spend a weekend really developing your skills in a particular shooting technique. For example, you might like to spend time working on using fill flash in your shots, or slow sync flash, or zoom blur, or panning, etc. 9. Lighting technique. Similarly, set yourself a challenge to practice your skills with a particular lighting. It might be natural light, window shots, one light portrait setups, silhouettes, classic lighting, etc. 10. Recreate someone else's work. One last one that I am borrowing from a friend. My friend chooses an image each week from a photographer that he admires, and he sets out to recreate it. While he never passes the shots he takes off as his ideas, he finds it useful to analyze the work of others, and to then try to recreate those shots. In doing so, he finds he learns a lot. A genuine thank you for joining me today for this episode. If you are serious about success in the photography business, then I am serious and ready to help. Visit markpaulda.mentor.com and discover a variety of ways I can help you in your journey. If you have questions along the way, definitely email me. mark@markpaulda.com. You are also invited to join my photography success text community. Send me a text. 915-226-0959. If you are outside the United States, be sure to include +1, the United States country code. I will catch you in the next episode.